Number one is chances they already know. Now, the topic is, why would you not want to tell a narcissist that he or she is a narcissist? Now, we're talking about a certain type of narcissist, a covert narcissist, and sometimes it's just good not to, or I should say, in your best interest, not to just blurt out, hey, you're a narcissist, or try to convince a narcissist that they are a narcissist. And the number one reason is a lot of these guys, a lot of these individuals, they already know they're narcissists. You're not informing them of anything. They're very much aware of their behavior. They've been this way their entire life. I believe narcissism, in most cases, covert narcissism, is congenital. I mean, they're born this way. That's the way they came out of the womb. That's the way they're going to go in the grave. No, I'm not going to say the sooner the better because, I don't hate these people. I don't wish them ill. I just want them to leave me alone and stop hurting people. But trying to tell them, hey, bud, you're a narcissist. I need to convince you of this so you will straighten up your ways. And when I say bud, that's generic. If your name is Bud, sorry, I didn't mean to single you out. But, you're not going to convince them. They already know they're narcissists, and they don't want to change. That's number two. So why would you not try to convince a narcissist that he or she is a narcissist, hoping that convincing the narcissist that he or she is a narcissist, which they already know they're narcissist, that somehow that will get them to change when they don't want to change? Number three is, why don't they want to change? Well, because they're very proud of their self-perception. They're proud of who they are. They like being narcissists. They think of themselves as being savvy. They think of themselves as being very clever, of being smart, of being intelligent, of outmaneuvering everyone else. They think they are just the greatest people on the planet, even though deep down inside they know that they are, well, they perceive themselves as being losers. Now, some of these people, some of the ones that I knew, they really are gifted people. Some of them, not all of them, but they're talented people. If they would come to terms with their narcissism with the help of a professional, and I'm not one of those professionals, which is highly unlikely because they don't think they need help from anybody, but if they were to do that, they could lead very productive lives. Well, they already think they're living productive lives. That's part of the problem. What is a productive life to a narcissist? Well, if their ego is satisfied, if their ego is being fed with supply, that means that they take something from you and add it to them, which is usually a little bit of self-esteem, by putting you down or scamming you or by whatever means. That is success. They don't care about their family as much as they care about their ego. They don't care about their income as much as they care about their ego. So all those measurements, that we have of success, financial success, family success, whatever we think of success is, their idea of success is inflating their ego. That's all there is to it, nothing else. So we're looking at these people and say, hey, don't you understand that we're thinking this? Don't you understand that because of your narcissism, it's hurting your career? They don't care about their career. These people, most of them, they're very short-sighted. I mean, they think maybe 2 or 3 days in advance. They're not thinking about retirement, let alone their career. They don't care. They just don't care. They're satisfied. They think of themselves as being successful. Number 4 is this. They have this perspective that it's like this perennial question that is always on the front of the mind of a narcissist. And that is, what is in it for me? That is the question every narcissist asks all the time, constantly. What's in it for me? Or how can I extract something out of this person that will stimulate ego growth? What can I extract out of the circumstance that will stimulate my ego growth? What's in it for me? Well, admitting that they're a narcissist, even though they know they're a narcissist, isn't going to do that. So telling them, it's not going to convince them because there's nothing in it for them. Number 5 is this. They don't care. They don't care what you think because, well, you're a dummy. Remember that illustration we use all the time about the ventriloquist holding the dummy? You're probably tired of me talking about that. But anyhow, that's the way they think of you. You're the dummy. You exist so they can manipulate you to earn supply, which, as we said earlier, supply is anything that inflates their ego. They don't really care what you think. So go ahead and tell them and try to convince them that they are a narcissist, which they already know, and they're happy to be a narcissist, and they don't want to not be a narcissist, and you're trying to convince them that they are what they already know so that they will get help, so they'll quit being a narcissist, which they don't want to do. And they don't even care what you think to start with. So why bother? Now, if you want to, I'm not saying never do it. I'm just saying, for me, I got better things to do than waste my time trying to convince a narcissist that he or she is a narcissist when they already know that and are happy being that. Number 6 is this. They love to do what I call blame or explain. All right, now, narcissists tend to get themselves in a lot of trouble. Sometimes it's financial trouble, sometimes it's legal trouble. They get sued. Some of them get sued all the time, or they will be suing somebody, or they may be prosecuted for whatever reason. Sometimes they get fired because they're narcissists. They butt heads with people because they are narcissists, and they always can blame someone else because that causes those conflicts cause cognitive dissonance. You know, I'm having this problem because I'm a narcissist, but I don't want to. The narcissist is thinking this, but I don't want to admit it's my fault. So what am I going to do? How am I going to resolve that cognitive dissonance? Well, I'm going to blame someone else. I'm going to blame the other guy, always, every single time. Or they have a good explanation for it. Let me explain. Let me just sit you down and tell you the truth about this. Some of the narcissists that I have experienced in my life, I'm pushing 70 years old, I've learned a thing or two. The reason I make these videos, just to share with you some of the things that I've learned over the years. And I've experienced life with narcissists, part of my life with narcissists. And their thing is, they're able to explain away just about anything. It's a big misunderstanding. Let me sit you down and explain it to you. And they're really good at it. Sometimes they pull that off. I mean, they scam somebody. Someone gets mad at them, gets away from them. They lose their job. They get fired. They get evicted from their house because they won't pay their rent. But they got an explanation for that. It's a big misunderstanding. It's not that I wasn't paying my rent. It was because, okay, fill in the blanks, whatever they come up with. That's how these people think. That's how their neurology functions. That's how they're hardwired. See those 2 rectangles on the screen? Let's keep talking. Let's keep the conversation going. If you want to, just click one of those 2 rectangles and we'll keep on. But if not, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you all next time.